The following matchup is presented and played with Hockey Blast Express, a product of Play Games LLC, copyright 2023, all rights reserved. Welcome to this week's episode of the Hockey Blast Express Hour. In today's episode, we have a great one for you on hand, as we will feature the top two goal scoring teams of 1993-1994 as the Detroit Red Wings will battle it out against the New Jersey Devils in a fierce 60-minute battle to see who scores the most goals within the allotted time. With that being said, before we get right into today's festivities, let's take a look at how goal scoring frenzy will go down. And without further delay, let's get right into the rules and regulations of how goal scoring frenzy will go down. For those of you that are new to the channel, I say welcome and hope you are liking, and I hope that you will enjoy today's episode of Goal Scoring Frenzy or any other episodes of the Hockey Blast Express Hour. But if you are a recent viewer and if you want to skip ahead to the action, I will leave a timestamp. I will leave the timestamp to the episode down below in the description if you don't want to hear the rules and regulations in future episodes. But with that being said, let's get right into it and see how goal scoring frenzy will play out. And as such, we will play Hockey Blast Express under rules as written, or AKA R.A.W. And we will play as many segments to score as many goals as possible within a 1 hour time frame limit. Now, for every 12 segments played in the time frame, we will swap out the goalies for both teams to prevent any goalie fatigue from taking place. In case of a player injury, you will notice on the player cards they will have an injury grade, and we will play it out like such. For any player that has an injury grade of A to C, they will sit out for 12 segments. Anyone that's rated a player injury grade of a D, they will sit out for 12 on a dot, 24 on a blank, as we will roll the decide or die. Anyone that is a rated E on a player injury grade, they will sit out for 24 segments. And of course, if they are rated an injury grade of F, they will sit out for the remainder of the time frame matchup here for this episode of Goal Scoring Frenzy. And in case of player fatigue throughout the episode, we will make the necessary substitutions if needed. And of course, the main rule, as always, in Goal Scoring Frenzy, the team that scores the most goals in 60 minutes will win today's episode. With that being said, buckle up and stay tuned for Puck Drop. But first, let's have a look and say thank you to our official Play Game sponsors for sponsoring today's episode of Goal Scoring Frenzy here on the Hockey Blast Express Hour. We would like to take the time to send out a special thanks to our Play Game sponsors for sponsoring today's episode. Today's episode of the Hockey Blast Express Hour is brought to you in part by Bitty Beer. They say it's a blend of hops, rice, and barley that gives Bitty Beer its distinctive taste. But we know better. It's our brewing process that gives our beer that one-of-a-kind flavor that no premium beer can match. Our vats have never been cleaned, so there's an itty bit of history in every can. Bitty Beer, the beer for folks who can't afford better. And We remind you, if you choose to drink bitty beer, please remember to drink responsibly. And by Doc Cola, the official cola beverage of the Play Games community. Doc Cola uses the finest imitation ingredients that bring you that sugary blast of caffeine you've come to know and love. With twice the sugar and three times the caffeine of any other major brand, Doc Cola is sure to keep you wired from dawn until dusk. So, while you're at it, take the Doc Cola challenge and see where our customers agree you'll never be able to wean yourself from refreshing Dot Cola. And by Ice Brew, the official brewery choice of the Play Games community. Brewed in the frozen tundra of northern Wisconsin, Ice Brew is a beer made for sports fans and tailgating. Our 150-year-old family recipe is brewed to make the most of every ingredient. We use hops, barley, wheat, corn, rice, oats, quinoa, spelt, malt, and sunflower seeds blended together with the finest water shipped in from the shores of Lake Michigan. One sip, and you'll agree there's nothing like Ice Brew. And by Pizza Kingdom, the official pizza joint of the Play Games community. At Pizza Kingdom, our signature New York pizza starts with the crust when we layer on our homemade pizza sauce, then load your pizza up with mounds of cheese. When it comes out of the oven, it's piping hot, golden brown, and ready for you to enjoy. And we give that majestic culinary work of art to Mikey, our 16-year-old delivery driver, who, who is as responsible as a tree stump. Pizza Kingdom. It was sure perfection when it's left in the store. And we are just about set and ready to go for this matchup here between the 93-94 Red Wings and the 93-94 New Jersey Devils in another episode of Goal Scoring Frenzy. Your starting netminders for both these teams will be Bob Asenza for Detroit and Chris Thierry for New Jersey. With that being said, let's get a fresh 60 minutes on the clock. There we go. And let's drop the puck and play some hockey. We're going to begin right off the bat with a visitor scoring chance of a 51, and it reads home player in one. That is Zalupkin. He stops the goal with a quality roll of power or a square. Unfortunately, he does not have the quality of power. Neither does he have a square. So therefore, Detroit will get on the board first, and let's see who scored the goal for Detroit here in the opening stages of this matchup for goal scoring frenzy. We have a 9. Second best shot rating. So the best out there on the ice currently, we have a tie between Ray Shepard and Fedorov. The second best is going to go between Primo and Cicerelli. I think it'll be Primo. And it'll be Cicerelli. So Dino Cicerelli will skate home the game's first goal of this matchup, and we will move on to the next segment, or excuse me, the next portion of this segment with a quality check between players 3 and 1. That's Millen and Shepard. The quality that we're looking for is smart. It looks like both players have smart, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. And again, both these teams were tops in the NHL for the 93-94 season. And so this could be a great matchup for a lot of goals. We begin the next segment with a quality check between players 4 and 3. That's Hollick and 4 and 3 and Primo. The quality that we're looking for is skill. It looks like Hollick and Primo both have skill. And that will be all she wrote for this segment. And we will move on to the next segment. Another quality check. This time it'll be between players 4 and 5. This time, Danenko and let's see, 5. That is Lapointe, Martin Lapointe. The quality is smart. Neither player has smart, and that is going to be all she wrote for this segment. And hopefully, we get some scoring going here as we will move on to the next segment. Another quality check. And again, this time it'll be between players 4 and 2. Again, Chorsk and let's see. Oh, Sergey Fedorov. The quality that we're looking for is speed. It looks like Sergey Fedorov is going to win this battle for speed as he will skate on into Chris Thierry, who needs to then a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop, which he will do so to keep things all even at 1-0 in favor of Detroit, of the 93-94 Red Wings so far here in this goal-scoring frenzy matchup. We got a penalty check between players 4 and 5 that is going to be Hollick and Kennedy. It looks like, oh, Bobby Hollick is going to go to the box as Sheldon Kennedy will. Yes, Sheldon Kennedy will move in on Chris Thierry to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. He won't, and it's 2-0, courtesy of the Red Wings on the power play. We stay put in this segment with a quality check between players 4 and 1. Yikes, Ken Denieko, and it looks like it'll be against Nick Lidstrom. The quality we're looking for is smart. It looks like Nick has the quality role of smart as he will skate on into Chris Thierry to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. And he does so to bail out his teammate to keep this game right at a 2-0 lead for the Red Wings. Quality check between players 4 and 1. Geez, my gosh, we can't get out of the fours here. That's going to be Chorsk and Konstantinov, Vladdy Konstantinov to be exact. The quality that we're looking for is star. Vladdy has star printed on his card, so he's going to skate off to Chris Thierry to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. Of course he does. A lot of saves early on, but the Red Wings lead it 2-0 here in the early stages of through 5 minutes of this goal scoring frenzy matchup. Quality check between players 3 and 4. That is going to be McKay and Sillinger. The quality that we're looking for is skill. It looks like neither McKay or Sillinger has skill, and that is going to be all she wrote for this segment. And we will move on to the next one here on this episode of Goal Scoring Frenzy. Another quality check. This time it'll be between players 1 and 2. That's Stevens and Coffee. The quality that we're looking for is skill. Both have skill, and it's so far it's been a tight race here going on in the early stages of this matchup. Who's gonna blank first? Quality check between players 2 and 4. That's Scott Niedermeyer and Bob Probert. The quality that we're looking for is speed. It looks like Niedermeyer has speed, so he's going to skate in on Bob Asenza, hopefully net a 4 or a 5 with a dot to make the stop. He does so to keep this game right where it's at, of a 2-0 lead for his team. Robert, yep. And that is going to be all she wrote for this segment. And excuse me, and we move on to the next segment as we begin this third period with another penalty check. This time it'll be between players 1 and 4. That's Ricker and 4. That's Darren McCarty. Oh man, Darren McCarty's going to go to the box. So this is New Jersey's chance to get on the board as Stefan Ricker needs to skate in on to Bob Asenza to hopefully net a 4. Oh, excuse me, a 5 or 4. Yes, 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. A 5 with a dot will do so. just by the hair of his chinny chin chin, he stops the New Jersey Devils power play unit right dead in their tracks. Home scoring chance of a 51. Visitor defense player in 2, that's Steve Chason. He stops the New Jersey goal with a quality roll of star or a square. Unfortunately, no, I don't see star, neither do I see a square. Yes, a square. So therefore, it's going to be a goal for the New Jersey Devils, and let's see who scored it. 5. Okay, so choice players. So whenever this happens on roll a die or choice players on the score finder chart, I look at, so again, we look at the New Jersey Devils because they scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 will be a reroll. 5, Bobby Carpenter. So Bobby Carpenter will score the goal for the Devils, and now it's 2-1. Still in favor of the Red Wings, but it's still early as we continue on in this segment with another home scoring chance, this time of a 62. Any visitor player with a circle prevents a power play goal. Oh man, that's going to tie the game. That is going to tie the game, unfortunately. So we're going to consider it to be a power play goal. And let's see who scored it. 9. So second best shot rating. So the best out there right now is John McClain. The second best is a 4. Oh, excuse me, a two-way tie between Zalupkin and Bernie Nichols. I love both guys' fight rating. I love the face-off rating, high face-off rating as well. I do want to keep the power play circle star symbol out there, so we're going to give the goal to Bernie Nichols as New Jersey ties it up at 2. And let's see what happens in the next portion of this segment with a quality check between both players in 3. That's all Claude Lemieux and Slava Kozlov. The quality that we're looking for is star. It looks like neither Lemieux or Kozlov have star. So that is going to be it for that segment. And we will move on to the next one. Another quality check. Again, both players in 3. So it's going to be, again, it's going to be on Steve Yzerman and Kerry Millen. The quality is star. It looks like Steve Yzerman has stars, so he's going to skate on into Chris Thierry to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. And he will do so. And with that, the first portion of this goal scoring frenzy matchup will end for Asenza and Thierry, but don't worry, we will be seeing them very, very soon. But we have a goal score, we have another tight goaltending matchup for you as Martin Brodeur comes in net for New Jersey, and Chris Osgood will come in net for Detroit. We start the fourth with a penalty check between players 2 and 5. That's McLean and Burr. It looks like John McLean is going to skate off to the box as Sean Burr will skate into Martin Brodeur, and he needs to have 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. And right off the bat, he's saying, I just got on the ice, man. Come on. What is this? What is this? You scoring on me early, man? Come on. You ain't scoring on me. So good job by Brodeur, and we move on to the next segment with a visitor scoring chance of a 24, and it reads, home goalie must make spec save. Martin Brodeur was possibly 50-50 known for this in 93-94, but he needs to net a 2 or a 3 with a dot to do so. Oh, man, it won't. And the Red Wings take a 3-2 lead. Let's see who scored the goal. 10. That's going to be going to the player with the second best shot rating. Again, Fedorov and Shepard both have excuse me. Shepard and Fedorov both have the same, are tied for the best shot rating. So the second best shot rating out there on the ice is going to go to Keith Primo. So Keith Primo will score the goal. We will stay put in this segment with a quality check. This time it'll be between players 1 and 6. Anybody in the ice for the Red Wings. Zalupkin will be the player in question, but who will tussle with him for smart? Besides Karkner, pick your poison between Shepard, Fedorov, Kozlov, or Sillinger. Since Kozlov was flipped, I'm going to leave him out of it. So I think it's going to go down between Fedorov, Sillinger, and Shepard. I think. Let's have the red die decide. So Shepard's going to be 1-2. Fedorov is 3-4. Mike Sillinger is 5-6. Again, Race Shepard is 1-2. Sergei Fedorov is 3-4. Mike Sillinger is 5-6. And it will be Race Shepard. So both. And so again, it'll be right across from him. As Zalupkin and Shepard will tie things up for Smart. And that is going to be all she wrote for that segment. And we will move on to the next one. Home scoring chance of a 42. This could tie the game. Any home player with a triangle creates a goal. Let's see here. Yes, we have contenders. Since Stevens was flipped, I'm going to leave him out of it. So we're going to have to see if Bill Guerin has the quality, has the triangle. Does he have it? Oh, no, he doesn't. This time he doesn't. So therefore, it's going to be a no action result. And we will move on to the next segment with quality check. This time it'll be between players 4 and 2. That is Hollick and Fedorov. The quality that we're looking for is smart. It looks like Sergei Fedorov has smart. So he's going to skate in on Martin Brodeur to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. He won't. And Sergei Fedorov will score the fourth goal of the game, his first of the matchup for the Wings. And we will stay put in this segment with. Yeah, Hollick needs to flip as well. We got another quality check between players 2 and 1. That's Scott Niedermeyer and Nick Lidstrom. The quality that we're looking for is skill. Both players have skill. And that is going to be all she wrote for this one. And we will move on to the next one with a quality check between players 5 and 1. That's Driver and Vladdy Konstantinov. The quality that we're looking for is hit. It looks like Vladdy has the quality of hit, so he's going to skate in on Martin Brodeur to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. He can't, and the Wings take a 3-goal lead advantage in this matchup as Konstantinov scores the 5th goal of the game, or excuse me, the 5th goal of this matchup. It is now Detroit 5, New Jersey 2. Since Driver was used. Flip him. Here we go. Home scoring chance of a 25. Choice home player rolls for a goal using assist stars +2. You better believe it. I'm going to give the opportunity to Scott Stevens. So he needs to roll a 1 through 4 to score the goal. Oh, and a 5 won't do it. Chris Osgood makes a huge save, but the shot goes wide for Scott Stevens, and we will move on to the next segment. Quality check between players 1 and 3. That's Richter and 3. Slava Kozlov. The quality that we're looking for is power. It looks like Stefan Ricker has power, so he's going to skate on into Chris Osgood to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. Unfortunately, Ozzy won't do it as New Jersey and Stefan Ricker are creeping a little bit closer. It's 5-3 and still in favor of the Detroit Red Wings. Home scoring chance of a 24, and it reads, visitor goalie must make spec save. Chris Osgood was probably not known for this through his career. Couple here and there, but we'll see what happens. He needs to roll a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the save. Unfortunately, he won't. It's a 1-goal game. Let's see who scored the goal. 2, fourth best shot rating. So the best out there for the Devils is McLean. The second best is Zalupkin. The third best is McKay. And between Ken Daneko and Slava Fetisov, uh, uh, Yakoslav Fetisov, between one of those two guys, they are going to score the goal. Let's see. Dodd, it'll be Fetisov, and it will be Fetisov. So Fetisov will score the um, fourth goal for New Jersey, and we will continue on in this portion of this segment with a quality check. This time it'll be between both players in four, I should say. That's, of course, the aforementioned Ken Daneko and Mike Sillinger. The quality that we're looking for is smart. It looks like Sillinger has smart, so he's going to skate off to the net of Martin Brodeur to hopefully put the puck in the back of the net. Martin Brodeur needs to make a 1, 2, or 3 to make the save, which he will do so to keep this a 1-goal game here as we move on to the next segment with a quality check. Again, we're going to have both players in two to take this quality check, as it is McLean and Coffee. The quality that we're looking for is star. Both McLean and Coffee have stars, so therefore that is going to be a tie and a no action result, and we will move on to the next segment here in this goal scoring frenzy matchup. We got ourselves another quality check. This time it's going to be between players 2 and 1. Guerin and Shepard will take this battle. The quality that we're looking for is hit. It looks like Guerin has hit, so he's going to skate on into Chris Osgood to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. Unfortunately, he won't. We have a tie matchup as Bill Guerin ties things up at 5 between the New Jersey Devils and the Detroit Red Wings of the 93-94 NHL season. Quality check to begin the next portion of this segment with a anybody in the ice for the Devils against player number 5. That's Terry Karkner. The quality is smart. Well, Karkner is not going to win this battle for smart. So pick your poison between Zalupkin, Niedermeyer, and Chorsk. And again, if I do butcher any names, I do apologize. We'll have Red Die decide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, Solupkin is 1, 2. Niedermeyer is 3, 4. Chors is 5, 6. So it looks like Scott Niedermeyer is going to take the battle for smart, and he will skate in to Chris Osgood to hopefully give his team the lead. A 1, 2, or 3 will stop him. It won't. The New Jersey Devils come from behind and take the lead here in this goal scoring frenzy matchup as Scott Niedermeyer scores the go ahead goal for now. It's, what is Kartner? Sorry. And we will stay put in this segment with a visitor scoring chance of a 12. Home goalie must make play saves, so Martin Brodeur needs to net a 1, 2, or 3 to do so. He does. Nobody flips, and we will move on to the next segment. A quality check between both players in 5. That's Mike Peluso and Dino Ciccarelli taking this battle for hit. It looks like Mike Peluso has hit, so he will skate off to Chris Osgood to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop, which Ozzy does so. Bailing out his teammate as they are down by 1 goal as New Jersey leads it 6-5. We move on to the next segment. Excuse me. A home scoring chance of a 43. Any home player with a triangle creates a goal. Yes. Zalupkin or McLean are going to be the ones to score the goal. One of these two are going. I think we'll have the decider I decide. Dot, it'll be McLean. And it will be McLean. So McLean has the quality, or excuse me, has the triangle. So that way excuse me. So right then and there, he is going to score the goal to make it 7-5 in favor of the New Jersey Devils. And we will move on to the next portion of this segment with a quality check between players between 1 and 2, Zalupkin and Jason. The quality that we're looking for is star. Oh, neither player has star, so that is a break for the Red Wings as they need to start scoring some goals here to get back in this one. Another quality check. This time it'll be between players 5 and 6. That's 5 and anybody on the ice for the Red Wings. Carpenter is the player in question. The quality that we're looking for is hit. Well, Carpenter is not going to win this one, so the only two players out there that have hit are Probert and Lapointe. How about Dot? It's Probert. And it will be Probert. So Probert's going to win the battle for hit. So he's going to skate off to Martin Brodeur to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to score the goal. Excuse me, to make the save, I should say. He can't, and the Red Wings creep ever closer, courtesy of Bob Probert, as it is now New Jersey 7 and Detroit 6. We stay put in this segment with another home scoring chance. This time it's a 23. Visitor goalie must make spec save. Martin Brodeur needs to net a 2 or a 3 with a dot to do so. He can't. It's a tie game. Let's see who scored the goal. 5. Okay, so choice player again. So we're going to re-roll the red die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be a re-roll. Re-roll. 5. Martin Lapointe will score the game tying goal for the Red Wings. And we will move on to the next portion of this segment with the visitor scoring chance, this time of a 54. Home player in 4, that is Tom Chorst. He stops a Detroit goal with a quality roll of speed or a square. Unfortunately for Chorst, no, he doesn't have speed. Neither does he have a square. So thank you very much, Mr. Tom Chorst, as you have given the Detroit Red Wings the lead, an 8-7 lead to be exact. Let's see who scored the goal for the good guys from Detroit. 5. Okay, so again, choice player. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be a reroll. 4, Darren McCarty. Darren McCarty will score the goal for the Red Wings and is now 8-7. And right so far, it has been a tight, close battle here on this episode of Goal Scoring Frenzy as part of the Hockey Blast Express Hour. We got a quality check to begin the next portion of this segment with a battle between players 4 and anyone in the ice for the Red Wings. Bobby Hollick is not going to win this battle, so neither is the Red Wings. So we'll go right across from him with Mike Sillinger, as both guys do not have hit, and that will do it for this segment. And we will move on to the next one with another visitor scoring chance. This time it's a 63. Home defense stop. Breakaway chance. Visitor goalie must make a play. Oh, visitor scoring chance. Excuse me. Visitor defense stop. Breakaway chance. Home goalie must make a play save. So Martin Brodeur needs to net a 1, 2, or 3 to do so. He won't, and it's 9-7 Detroit. And let's see who scored the goal. 3. Third best shot rating. So the best out there is Fedorov. The second best is Slava Kozlov. So we have a three-way tie between Lidstrom, Probert, and Kennedy for the third best shot rating. Probert was split, so we'll leave him out of it. So it's between Lidstrom and Kennedy. Dot, it'll be Kennedy. Uh, yes, Kennedy will score the goal as yes, I said Kennedy. Yep. So Kennedy will score the goal for Detroit. It's now 9-7. Let's see what happens in the next portion with a quality check between anybody on the ice for the Devils against player number 5. That's Sean Burr. The quality that we're looking for is skill. Burr is not going to win this battle, so it's going to be between Stevens, Guerin, and Nichols. Uh, man, oh man. Let's have the red die decide. Stevens is 1-2. Guerin is 3-4. Nichols is 5-6. Again, Stevens is 1-2. Guerin is 3-4. Nichols is 5-6. 1. That's Scott Stevens. So Scott Stevens is going to win the battle for skill. So he's going to skate off to Chris Osgood. So hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the save. He won't, and it's all of a sudden a 1-goal game. Game courtesy of Scott Stevens. We'll stay put in this segment with the penalty check. Hey, what do you know? 3-1-3. It's going to be a battle between players 1 and 3. Ricker and Kozlov. It looks like, Slava Kozlov's going to go to the box as Ricker is going to skate off to Chris Osgood as he needs to make a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. Unfortunately, he can't. It's a tie game on the power play, courtesy of Stefan Ricker. Ricker, Richer. If I do butcher any names, I do apologize. We'll stay put in this segment with a quality check between players 4 and 1. That's Danenko and Lidstrom. The quality that we're looking for is power. It looks like Ken Danenko is going to win the battle for power. So he's going to skate off to Chris Osgood to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. Oh man, New Jersey's going to take the lead, courtesy of Ken Danenko, as he makes it now a 10-9 lead for New Jersey. We stay put in this segment with another quality check. This time it'll be between players 2 and 4. That's Guerin and Probert. The quality is star. Neither player has star, and that is going to do it for this portion of the matchup for Martin Brodeur and Chris Osgood. If time remains, we will see them again. But so far, it has been a tight battle as we are going to go to Peter Sidorkowitz. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. And Peter Ing. So there's going to be a lot of goals scored here, no doubt about it. So we move on to the next segment with a visitor scoring chance of a 15. Home goalie must make place save. So Peter Sidorkowitz needs to net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. And just like that, we have a tie ball game, folks, as Detroit ties it up at 10. At 10 all. Let's see who scored the goal. 8. Player with the best shot rating. Oh, Sergei Fedorov is going to take the honors of scoring the goal, welcoming Peter Sidorkowitz to the ice to tie things up at 10. Quality check between players 4 and 1. Chores, I believe. Yeah, I'm going to say, yeah, he was used, but I'll review to see if he was or wasn't, but we're going to say he was. Um, So it's going to be between Hollick and Konstantinov for power. Oh man, looks like both guys have power. Well, either way, it was going to be a tie. So I really didn't know if he was used or not. So we will move on, as always, to the next segment with another home score. Excuse me, another quality check. This time it's going to be between player anybody on the ice for the Devils against player number 3. That's Keith Primo. The quality that we're looking for is smart. It looks like neither player has smart, so therefore it's going to be a no action result, and we will move on to the next segment. Visitor scoring chance of a 52, and it reads home player in 2, that's Scott Niedermeyer. He stops the Detroit goal with a quality roll of speed or a square. Yes, and yes. Scott Niedermeyer blocks a lot of shots, and he does so twice there, as he does have speed and he does have the square printed out on his card to keep this game and this matchup all locked at 10 all. Quality check between both players from 2. McLean and Coffee will be your participants. The quality that we're looking for is power. It looks like neither player has power, so that is going to be a no action result. And we will move on to the next segment with a home scoring chance of a 23. This is the Devils' chance to take the lead. Visitor goalie must make spec save. Peter Ing needs to net a 1 and exactly a 1 in order to make the save. He won't, and it's 11-10 in favor of the New Jersey Devils. Let's see who scored the goal. Just to make sure. There we go. 7. Player with the best shot rating. So the best out there is a 4-way tie between Zalupkin, Guerin, Chorsk, and Nichols. Uh, Besides McKay, I think besides a 3 or a 6, we'll have the red die decide. Besides a 3 or a 6, will be a reroll. 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 2. Bill Guerin will score the goal for New Jersey, and it's 11-10 in favor of the Devils. And we will stay put in this segment with a penalty check between anybody in the ice for the Devils against player number 2. Excuse me. That's Chason. Well, either way, we could tie or no. Oh yeah, no, we can't. We could tie or the tie or the Devils are going to go on the power play. Oh wait, or the Red. Yeah, no, the Red Wings can't go on the power play. Well, I guess they can, because if the red die decides to say Red Wings go on the power play, McKay's going to go to the box. Tie, that means Chason and Nichols are going to be flipped. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. So here's what we're going to do: 3-4 we tie. 1-2 will be um, Detroit taking the power play, and 5-6 is going to be the Devils taking the power play. So it looks like the Devils are going to take the power play. So Chason's going to go out to the box, and let's see between Niedermeyer, Zalupkin, and Chorsk. I think we're going to have Tom Chorsk take the power play opportunity. So he's going to skate into Peter Ing, who needs to roll a decider die to see if he makes the play save, because he has a hollow star rating for his play save. He makes the save. He does. So Tom Chorsk is denied right then and there, as Ing makes the save, and we will move on to the next segment with a home scoring chance of 55, and it reads: any visitor player with a square stops a New Jersey goal. Yes, he was just flipped. Sergei Fedorov has the square printed out on his card. So that is going to be all she wrote for that segment, and we will move on to the next one with a visitor scoring chance. Excuse me. It's going to be a 55. Home player in 5. That's Bernie Nichols. He stops a Detroit goal with a quality roll of star or a square. Unfortunately, no. That is going to be a tie game for Detroit, as um Nichols does not have the square. Neither does he have a star. So it's all even at 11. So let's see who scored the goal for Detroit. Four, third best shot rating. So the best out there is Ray Shepard. The second best is Slava Kozlov. The third best is going to go to Paul Coffey. So Paul Coffey will score the goal. And we will move on to the next portion of this segment with a home scoring chance of an 11. Visitor goalie must make place safe. So again, Peter Ing, we're going to roll the decider die to determine it because the red die is not going to help us. So Dot, he makes the save, which he will do so. Nobody flips. We will move on to the next segment. Visitor scoring chance. Oh, jeez. Visitor scoring chance of a 16. Home goalie must make shot save. So Peter Sidorkowitz needs to make a 1 or a 2 to make the stop. Like the hair of his chin, he will do so. With a 1, nobody flips. And we will move on to the next segment. Another visitor scoring chance. This time it's a 13. And again, home goalie must make a play save. So 1, 2, or 3 will do so. He won't. And it's now 12-11 in favor of the Red Wings. Let's see who scored the goal. 5. Okay, so choice player. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be a reroll. 4. That's Bob Probert. So Bob Probert's going to score the goal. And he will make it a 12-11 lead for the Red Wings. We stay put in this segment with a penalty check between players 2 and 1. So Niedermeyer and Shepard. Oh man, let me double check. Yes, 2 and 1. Both Niedermeyer and Shepard both have the same penalty rating of 0.5. And the ref says, play on. If I catch you doing anything stupid, you're going to the sin bin. Another penalty check. This time it'll be between players 3 and 2. That's McKay and Chason. This time McKay is going to go to the box as Steve Chason will skate in to Peter Sidorkowitz. Hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. He won't, and it's now all of a sudden 13-11. Penalized player, and Chason will score on the power play. 13-11, Detroit is your score in this matchup as we make it past the 20-minute mark with 40 minutes already played here in the books. Home scoring chance of a 61. Any visitor player with a circle prevents a power play goal. Yes, Nick Lidstrom has the circle printed out on his card. So he will block a lot of shots and prevent the puck from getting past him to keep this game at a 13-11 lead for the 93-94 Detroit Red Wings. We move on to the next segment with a visitor scoring chance of a 22. Home goalie must make shot saves. Peter Sidorkowitz needs to net a 1 or a 2 to make the stop. With a 1, he will do so. Nobody flips, and we will move on to the next segment. Visitor scoring chance of a 62. Any home player with a circle prevents a power play goal. Unfortunately, no. So we are going to consider it to be a power play goal. And as it's 14-11, let's see who scored the goal. 6, player with the best shot rating. Sergei Fedorov will take honors for scoring the goal. As now the Detroit Red Wings are running away with this. It's 14-11. It's only by 3, but the Devils still have a chance to catch up here with less than 18 minutes remaining, counting right about now. And let's see what happens in the next portion of this segment with a quality check between anybody in the ice for the Devils against player number 5. That is Terry Karkner. The quality that we're looking for is speed. Well, either way, Karkner is not going to win this one. So besides Lemieux, Zalupkin, McLean, Hollick, and Driver all have speed. So we'll have the red die decide. Besides a 3 or a 6, will be a reroll. 5, that's Bruce Driver. So Bruce Driver will win the battle for speed as he will skate on into Peter Ing, who needs to roll the decider die here, since his play save is a hollow star, or as a hollow star printed out on his card. So let's see what happens. He makes the save. He won't, and it's 14-12 now, courtesy of Bruce Driver. Detroit's still in the lead by 2 goals. Would be Karkner. Yep. We stay put in this segment with. There we go. Just in case if I didn't hit the button correctly. There we go. We got a quality check for anybody on the ice for the Devils against player number 3. That is Slava Kozlov for Smart. Besides Hollick or Fetisov, because Fetisov was flipped, pick your poison between Lemieux, McLean, or Zalupkin. I think we'll have the red die decide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, Zalupkin is 1, 2. McLean is 3, 4. Claude Lemieux is 5, 6. So it looks like it'll be John McLean, as both McLean and Slava Kozlov both have the quality of Smart. And that is going to be it for that segment. And we are going to say goodbye to Peter Sidorkowitz and say hello to Chris Thierry and say goodbye to Peter Ing. And he held his own. Peter Ing held in there. And we're going to make a couple changes here. We're going to have Semnak come in. And we will have Levdow come in for New Jersey. They both be placed up on top of the decks here. And we are going to have Mark Howe come in, Chris Draper. It's not that much. So we're going to have those two. Actually, yeah. Those two will come in for, we'll have Mark Howe be placed here. And Chris Draper will be will be placed right here. Hate to do this to McCarty. So there we go. Let's see what happens in this next portion of this matchup with a quality check between players 5 and 1. Semnak and Konstantinov, the newly came in. Semnak will come in. Semnak will come in. 4 hits. It looks like Konstantinov has hit, so he will skate on into Chris Thierry to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. He does to keep the newly minted Semnak coming in. And we will continue on here with a quality check. Okay, so double boxcars. So whenever this comes up, for those of you that have watched my videos before on Hockey Blast Express, whenever I do with double boxcars, I look at the home side first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be a reroll. So 5, that'll be Yakoslav Fetisov, and he will be going up against, on the visitor side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, rolling on the red die. 3, It's Steve Yzerman. So Fetisov and Yzerman will battle things out for hit. It looks like Fetisov and Yzerman do not have hit printed out on their cards. So therefore, it will be a no action result. And we will move on to the next segment with a quality check. This time it'll be between players 3 and 1. That's Claude Lemieux and Ray Shepard. The quality is speed. It looks like Ray Shepard has the quality of speed printed out on his card. So therefore, he will skate into Chris Thierry to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. He doesn't, and courtesy of Ray Shepard, the Red Wings taking their 3-goal lead right back. It is 15-12 in favor of the 93-94 Detroit Red Wings. Oh yeah, clone me. Look, there we go. Before I forget. Another quality check. This time it'll be between players. Anybody on the ice for the New Jersey Devils against player number 5. That's Dino Ciccarelli. The quality that we're looking for is hit. It looks like Ciccarelli is not going to win this one. The only Devils out there on the ice that have hit are Bill Guerin and Mike Peluso. Oh, man. It'll be Guerin. And it will be Peluso. So Peluso will win the battle for hit, as Ciccarelli does not have hit printed out on his card. So Peluso will skate in to Bob Asenza to hopefully net a 4 or a 5 with a dot to make the stop. Oh, and a 5 and a blank won't do it. The New Jersey Devils restore a 2-goal lead. It is all of a sudden 15-13 here in the final. Here coming up in the last 11 minutes of this goal-scoring frenzy matchup between the top 2 goal-scoring teams from 93-94 in the Detroit Red Wings and the New Jersey Devils. We stay put in this segment with a quality check between both players in 2, Mark Howe and Bill. Oh, yeah, and Bill Guerin. Yep, the quality that we're looking for is hit. Bill Guerin, of course, as mentioned before, does have hit. The Bob Asenza needs to net a 4 or a 5 with a dot to make the stop. He can't, and all of a sudden it's a 1-goal game, courtesy of Bill Guerin. And we continue on in this portion of this segment with another quality check. This time of between players 3 and 5. That's Gary Millen and Martin Lapointe. The quality is starred. Oh, good. The Red Wings need a break. Both Millen and Lapointe do not have star printed out on their cards. So therefore, it's going to be a no action result. And we are going to move on to the next segment with a visitor scoring chance of a 60, of a 65. Visitor defense stop breakaway chance. Home goalie must make spec save. Chris Thierry needs to net a 1 and exactly a 1 in order to score the goal. In order to make the save. Unfortunately, he won't do so. The 2-goal lead is restored. It's 16-14. Let's see who scored the goal. 5. That is going to be 5 is choice player. So we're gonna score. Sorry, we're gonna re-roll the red die. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be a re-roll. 5. That's Sheldon Kennedy. So Sheldon Kennedy will score the 16th goal of this matchup between these two teams, and we will move on with almost closer to 8.5 minutes left of this matchup. We move on to the next portion with a quality check. Okay, so double boxcars again. I look at the home side first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be a reroll. 3, that's Randy McKay, and he will be going up against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be a reroll. 4, it's Chris Draper. The quality that we're looking for is speed. Wow, look at this. Chris Draper does have speed, so therefore he's going to move in on Chris Thierry to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. He can't, and the Red Wings, courtesy of Chris Draper, will probably almost seal up this game as they take a 17-14 lead here in this goal scoring frenzy matchup. We stay put with a home scoring chance of a 12. Visitor goalie must make play save. Baba Senza, whoops. Baba Senza needs to net a 4 or a 5 with a dot to make the stop. And a 5 with a dot will do it. Nobody flips, and we will move on to the next segment with a quality check between players. Excuse me. It's a visitor scoring chance. I'm sorry. It's a 21. Home goalie must make shot save. So Chris Tierra needs to net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. He does. Nobody flips, and we will move on to the next segment with now this time it's a quality check, and it'll be between players 1 and 3, Zalupkin and Primo. The quality that is speed. Uh, Zalupkin does have speed, so he's going to skate into Baba Senza to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3. Excuse me, a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. A 5 with a dot will do so to make the save, as both Stevens and Primo are sent to the bottom of their piles here. And we will move on to the next segment with another quality check. This time, again, it'll be against Stevens, against anybody in the ice for the Red Wings that has hit. Well, the only player out there on the ice that has hit is Darren McCarty. So he and Scott Stevens, he and Scott Stevens will tie things up for hit. And we will move on to the next portion of, to the next segment with a visitor scoring chance of a 24. Home goalie must make spec save. Christier needs to net a 1 and exactly a 1 in order to make the save. He can't. It's 18-14 in favor of the Red Wings. Let's see who scored the goal. 9. That's going to go to the player with the second best shot rating. So the best out there right now is Slava Kozlov. The second best out there on the ice right now is going to go to either Coffey, Sillinger, or Burr. We'll have the red die decide. Coffee is 1-2. Sillinger is 3-4. Burr is 5-6. Again, Coffee is 1-2. Sillinger is 3-4. Burr is 5-6. And it looks like Mike Sillinger is going to take the goal scorer honors here, as he will net the 18th goal of this matchup for the Red Wings. And we will stay put in this segment with less than 4 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock with a home scoring opportunity for the Devils of a 54. Visitor defense player in 5, that's Bob. I'm sorry, not Bob Probert. That's Sean Burr, I should say. He stops the goal with a quality roll of skill or a square. Oh, man. Burr does not have a square. Neither does he have skill. Therefore, it will be a 3-goal deficit now for the Devils. They are quickly catching up here. It's 18-15 now. Let's see who scored the goal. 7, player with the best shot rating. That is going to go to Stefan Richer, as he will score the goal for the Devils. And we will move on to the next portion with a quality check between players, anybody on the ice for the Devils against player number 4. That's Bob Probert. The quality is power. Well, either way, Bob Probert's going to win the battle. So we'll go right across from him with Jim Dowd, as Probert is going to skate in on Chris Thierry to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. He can't, and it's now 19-15 Detroit. And it came courtesy of Bob Probert. We stay put in this segment with Another quality check. This time it'll be between players 3 and 1. That's Lemieux and Lidstrom. The quality that we're looking for is speed. Nick Lidstrom has speed as he will skate on into Chris Thierry to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. He can't. And guys, the Red Wings have scored 20 goals in this matchup. And dare I say, three. Lemieux is the player in question. The Devils gave it their hardest, but Detroit was probably a little bit more powerful than the New Jersey Devils here on the tabletop for this episode of Goal Scoring Frenzy. But there's still time left. Another quality check. We have power this time as our quality. It will be between Halleck and Konstantinov. Both Halleck and Vladdy have power. And that is going to be all she wrote for this segment. And we will move on to the next one. Oh, it's an automatic home power play goal. So let's see who scored the power play goal for the Devils. Five. Okay, so choice player. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be a reroll. 1. That's Valerie Zalupkin, as he is going to score the uh, automatic power play goal for the New Jersey Devils, and we will stay put in this segment with another penalty check. This time it's going to be, man, we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. It's going to be anyone in the ice for the Devils against player number 3, that's Slava Kozlov. Well, at this stage of the game, I think you really don't want to have a lot of penalties here. So, we're going to tie, or otherwise, the Red Wings are, because um, the Red Wings are going to go on the power play because the Devils can't go on the power play. So it looks like we're going to tie. So we'll go right across from him with Millen, and we're going to play one more segment with the clock hitting near close to 30 seconds. And it looks like the Red Wings are going to skate away with this one with a quality check between players 4 and 5. That's Daneyko and Karkner. The quality is power. It looks like both Karkner and Daneyko have power. They're just going to battle it out. We're going to let the clock run out. And folks, that is going to be your ball game as the Red Wings take it by a final score of 20 to 15. Excuse me, 20 to 16, I should say, in this battle for between the two best goal scoring teams from the 1993-94 NHL season. If you like what you saw, um, a like is very much appreciated. And of course, if you have not done so already, subscribe to the channel, which will help me out in my YouTube journey. And if you want to leave feedback of what you saw, leave it down below in the comments. And please, no derogatory language. Stay tuned for the Biddy Bear game summary for this action-packed episode of Goal Scoring Frenzy between the 93-94 Red Wings and the 93-94 New Jersey Devils. Coming up next, right here on the channel for for this episode of Goal Scoring Frenzy as part of the Hockey Blast Express Hour. And we do remind you, for Biddy Beer, if you choose to drink Biddy Beer, please, 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 with a little cherry on top, please, always remember to drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a bitty price. It's Biddy Beer. Man, what a game that was between the 93-94 Detroit Red Wings and the 93-94 New Jersey Devils in this episode of Goal Scoring Frenzy. Welcome inside the Biddy Bear Game Studios, presented by your favorite Biddy Bear products for today's game summary of this episode of Goal Scoring Frenzy. There were a total of 12 periods, of 11 official periods that were played, with the 12th beginning of the 12th period beginning as time was about to expire. We played a total of 45 segments in this matchup with a lot happening. Oh man, a back and forth battle between the two top goal scoring teams of 1993 and 1994, as we saw the Detroit Red Wings beat New Jersey by a final of not 20-16. As I did make a little mistake as I was reviewing the footage, and I did manage to give Detroit one goal extra. So the official game total was Detroit 19, New Jersey 17. There were 45 quality checks attempts in this game, with Detroit winning 12 of those 45 to New Jersey's 11. Those quality check wins that turned into goals, New Jersey just edged Detroit a little bit, just by one, as they scored 8 goals off the quality check win, with Detroit only scoring 7 of them. The quality check win percentage had Detroit winning 27% of the quality checks to New Jersey's 24.4%. Your stars from this episode, of course, I had to give 2 of them. Sergei Fedorov, of course, scoring 3 goals, netting 2 quality check wins, and enabling a key stop late in the game. And of course, I had to give the other one an honorary one to Nicholas Lidstrom, who scored a goal, netting 2 quality check wins and getting a key stop late in the game. We hope that you enjoyed today's episode of Goal Scoring Frenzy between the 93-94 Detroit Red Wings and the 93-94 New Jersey Devils, as these two teams battle it out in a fierce 60-minute battle here for Goal Scoring Frenzy. But with that being said, it is about our time is just about up for this week. But again, we never fear. We will be back with you next time. But let's see what's coming up next time here on the Hockey Blast Express Hour. And of course, we are going to have, and I have a good treat for you, as we are going to feature Team USA versus Team Canada for as we look at the PWHL for a very special edition of Rivalry Night. It will be yet another triple threat episode as the Boston Fleet take on the Montreal Victoire. The Minnesota Frost will take on the Ottawa Charge, and the New York Sirens will take on the Toronto Scepters. This episode will feature 3 games all into one action-packed episode as we feature the 2024 PWHL teams as they do battle between Team USA and Team Canada. Who's going to come out on top? Well, I guess you're going to have to find out next time here on the Hockey Blast Express Hour. We hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Hockey Blast Express Hour. We look forward to bringing you more episodes of Rivalry Night, Stanley Cup Finals rewind matchups, and goal scoring frenzy throughout the 2025-26 National Hockey League season.